Man, Jeremiah Ward. Me and Jay Ward met 2003, freshman year, Humboldt State. He was quiet, kind of reserved dude, kind of just sat back, chill, man. I was wondering, like, who is this dude, man? Southern California. Dude had his little Moose Eye Moose sweatshirt on, had the little curl. It's like, man, who is this dude, man? Heard he can hoop, whatever. I think like the first open gym, somebody threw him a lob or something. He caught it. Well, I was like, man, so? This dude think he's somebody, man? No, I'm just playing. But for real, there was a dude, he was kind of running his mouth a little bit. They were guarding each other. And I remember Jeremiah gave dude, he was at the top of the three-point line, like at the wing, actually. Gave dude like a jab step. Tough one, though. Dude backed up, he spun all the way around. I guess he must have thought he went to the back or something. He spun all the way around 360. Jeremiah pulled up, hit the three. Man, East Gym went nuts. We was all dying, bro. Like, that's probably my favorite basketball moment.
Yeah, he is right here, see me? Yeah, he is right here, see? Hello, everybody. I'm in Eureka, California. Arcturus, where am I? Arcata. The place of the redwoods. Saw some of those today, met a couple of redwoods. Them some big boys. So, I'm gonna leave you right here. This is WARD, KWARD. Tuning out.
We drove him to Humboldt, and it was a rugged trip because we went around a road that mountains, and of course I was doing the driving. So Jeremiah and his dad got very sick. We wouldn't say seasick, but road sick on the way because of the winding highways. And we got there, and it was a very beautiful campus, and we got to meet different people there and stuff. And then we went to help him get set up in his dorm, and he went in, and we were sitting in the car. I was like, okay, so is he ever coming back out? All right, so I went up to the door, and this girl came, and she let me in, and we went out, and Jeremiah was checking out his room and stuff. So we got all this little paraphernalia and stuff set up for him, and helped him get all set up. And then we took a tour around the campus again, all the hills and things that you have to climb up there. I wouldn't be able to do that now if I was younger in those days. But anyway, and I said to my husband, this is our last kid, and that's going to be kind of lonely at home and everything. Why don't we just move up here until he finished college? And Super said, no, baby, it's time to let him go and start living our lives. So anyway, we all had, we have dinner together or something up there and drove around the area. And then time came that we had to leave our baby son and head back home. And trusting that God would take care of him and that he would stay within the pathway of the Lord that we had tried so desperately to teach our kids how important it is to have God in their lives.
So now I'm at Humboldt State and coming in as a freshman, and it was my first time being on my own, and at first it was scary, but then I got used to it because a lot of people up there were nice, and the teammates, and I met a couple of friends, and it was different. It was kind of it was fun. It was basically like high school, but you're on your own and you have a lot of responsibility. It's just like throwing you right inside the hot pot. You go from getting taken care of, from your parents to just being on your own. And you have to really prioritize your time with, school, homework, partying, basketball, practice, study hall. You got tests coming up. You have to, go buy groceries and see how much groceries you're going to buy for the week or the next 2 weeks or the next month. It just depends on on your habits and what you were taught while you were at home. And sometimes you got to learn on your own while you're up there. So I made a lot of people, a lot of friends. Everybody up there was super cool. Everybody had this circle, and my circle was pretty dope. And that's when I met the Jessicas, and they really helped me to get through, my 4 years there. They really, they were like my sisters. And once I met them, and once we got tight, I was always in their room. I was always using the phone and on the TV, using the TV. And, the nights when, my roommate would have, people in the room and stuff, and I was tired or needed a nap, I'd go up to their room and sleep on the floor. Like, they already knew. So it was super cool. To this day, we still cool. I still consider them, my, like sisters. And, yeah, it was dope being up there as a freshman, coming in. Up there, you're meeting people from different backgrounds, people from different ethnicities and cultures and things like that. And it was pretty cool because now you're a grown man, and then you're meeting new people all over again, and you're on your own, and you're playing basketball. So it was super great. And the Jessicas, they made it even better. So I have family up there with them.
How we met Jeremiah. So I'll let Jessica take that.
All right, my name is Jessica Butler. I think I'm the first J.
And I'm Jessica Jackson. And then there's Jeremiah. So we called ourselves J to the third.
Cool.
Yeah, goofy, right?
So we were hanging out, and that's where we met Jeremiah. I remember him sitting in the corner by himself, not interacting with nobody. So I remember that, we're like, who's that boy over there in the corner by himself, just not interacting with nobody? And so we decided to go. Well, I think Jessica Jackson decided to go over there and talk to him and make conversation. And I think that's how it all started. We had a real tight connection with Jeremiah.
And so I have no idea what happened from there, but we couldn't get the brother out of our room. So, in our room, we had it decked out. We had cable TV. We had a nice big, I don't know how many inch TV, but it was big for back in the day. I mean, we had our phone hooked up, microwave, refrigerator, like you name it, we had it in our room. So Jeremiah was always in our room, always on our dang phone. I remember there were a couple times we were taking a nap and we woke up and Jeremiah was right there watching TV and on the phone. We're like, wait a minute, did you get a key to our room? Like, what happened? So, from there, like our relationship, the three of us, our relationship like really flourished and kind of took off from there. Kind of like inseparable. Like I said, people knew us as like J to the third because we were like always together. But I think Jeremiah really thought of our room as kind of like this like safe space, like to kind of get away from it all. He played basketball. He was always at practice. If he wasn't doing that, he was on the road. So kind of like that safe space to just kind of like get away from everything and just chill and hang out.
One thing I liked about Jeremiah was that he was able to be himself, and he just loved to joke around and just, chill with us and talk with us. I didn't know Jeremiah as the celebrity basketball player, like everybody knew him. He had that much respect, but with us, he was able just to be himself. And, Jeremiah, he loved family, and that's like one thing that was really important to him. And I know that he came from like a really big family, and, being in Humboldt, his family wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And so to be able to be his family was like really important to me and Jessica. And I know with his mother, like she trusts us. I believe she really loved us because we had a phone, so Jeremiah was always able to call her and talk to his dad to check in with them and to see how they were doing. And that was something that we felt really good about. We were able to, make sure that he was connected with his family, even though like his bloodline was not able to be in Humboldt.
That's definitely true. So, our friendship definitely grew during that time, during freshman year. And then from there, we just saw Jeremiah blossom as like an athlete. I remember like, dang, this is a freshman. He's out there, he's getting some playing time, and he's out there on the court. And just his dedication towards like the game of basketball. Like this dude slept and breathed basketball. Like every time I saw him, he either had a ball in his hand, he had on his basketball shorts, he was like ready to go hoop. So just his level of dedication for the game was like, nobody I ever seen.
Yeah, Humboldt, they love Jeremiah. I remember we were in the dorm rooms. I'm pretty sure you remember too. Like we sitting here making signs for Jeremiah. Yeah. And I'm like, what the heck I'm doing sitting here making a sign for him? Like he ain't nothing special. But to Humboldt and Arcata and Eureka, everywhere, Jeremiah was special. He was something that he really touched everybody's lives. Like he was just something that he really cared about for a lot of things. And, he loved the sport. And I just remember like people just going to the game just to see him, to see him play. Because he was a freshman playing on a varsity team. And me not knowing basketball like that and knowing that how much he was loved, that was something that was important to me, and be able to see him play. And I know you want to talk about, you used to be cheerleading.
Yeah, so I was a cheerleader. So we just saw him kind of like Jeremiah, silly, goofy, playing around, like family almost. But, to everybody else and to Humboldt, Humboldt is a very small knit community. So Humboldt State basketball team was everything to that community. And so everybody else, he's a celebrity.
I just think Jeremiah he was way before his time. And he was so responsible, and talked about credit, talked about being responsible with money. And we were young back then, like I wasn't thinking about stuff that he was thinking about. And
yeah, he was tight up on the pockets, let's just say that. So what was that? It was his junior year. The three of us ended up finding an apartment together, and that was kind of like the best time of our lives right there. We had our ups and downs, but that was like the best time of our lives. Like, Jeremiah is nonstop jokes in the house, but like Jessica was saying, we really got to see Jeremiah, kind of for who he is, like just this very like humble guy, this very authentic, being true to himself. We also got to see how family oriented he was, because we know he came from a huge family, and this boy shared his shop, like grocery shop, like he came from a huge family. Like this guy shopped in bulk. We didn't have any room to put our own groceries in there, because this dude was shopping every night, making fried fish one night, making fried chicken the other night, fried shrimp, fried chicken. Next thing we know, somebody telling us that we coming to school smelling like fried food. We're like, okay, Jeremiah, you're gonna have to cool it on the fried food. But that just goes to show, like, this boy was not wasting money on any old thing. Like, he would tell us, like, y'all need to save your money. You guys don't need to go spend it. Why are you spending it on this? You can go to the dollar store and get that. So, he was very, very frugal. But I mean, I definitely appreciate him for who he is, and just thinking how much he came from a huge family, so that was the way he was raised. And he taught us a few things about ourselves, so just him being his true authentic self, we couldn't help but just kind of laugh it off and be like, okay, Jeremiah, just save us some room in the freezer for when we want to go grocery shopping.
yeah like you said, we had our ups and downs, but Jeremiah's like, that's family, that's a brother. Like, he knew when we were sad, he knew when we were mad, he knew when we were happy. And like, Jeremiah always been honest with us. He always told us the truth. He never held nothing back. And now that we're older now, a lot of things that he was doing then, we appreciate now, how he used to go fishing. And, that's where the fish came from him going fishing all the time.
Yep.
And bringing it back home to cooking. And I remember the times where his family came out there and they had big family dinners and the whole family was there, and how much he respects his parents. That's something that I really look up to and admire, because, Jeremiah, his whole point of life and view on things was family, basketball. Yeah. And that I know of. But
I definitely want to add one thing about us living together. So Jeremiah, very old school, old soul type of brother. He loved, I want to talk about his love for Jordan. Like, this dude loved Michael Jordan. He had the jerseys, he had the shirts. This dude even had old school Michael Jordan cologne. He had old figurines, or not action figures, but of Jordan in his room, all boxed, still in the box. Like, he had like darn near like a Jordan mural. We were like, dude, why you have all this old stuff? Nah, this is a classic. This is classic. So that just goes to show, it's kind of like every young boy that grew up in like, late 80s, early 90s, they love Jordan. Jordan was like their idol. So that just goes to show like a little bit more about his love for like basketball, how deep it ran, because that he loved him some Jordan. I will never forget that.
Do you remember one year, you found these Michael Jordan pictures, you ordered them, you got them framed, and I remember we decorated his dorm room with like, I think it was black and red balloons and colors and stuff like that. And he was so happy, like, it didn't matter what we did, like, he was always appreciative of what we did.
Big or small.
And he always told us
the very small things. Definitely. You didn't have to have this big extravagant party for him and invite everybody. It was just I think it was just the thought that counted. Like, not like Jessica said, being so far away from your family, and then also them being on like road games and not even being able to go home for certain holidays. That stuff like really went a long way with us showing like our appreciation and like the gratitude he showed for the things that we, did for him.
Yeah. And I know Jeremiah always said that he never thought that he would make it through without us. And I feel like we probably would have made it without him, because his friendship was so genuine, because being in Humble, it's far away and it was hard. But just
we had each other's back family, like 100%. Right. Yeah. So no matter what it was, we had each other's back.
I just believe, I believe in purpose. I believe in God. And that's one thing we left out. Jeremiah loved God. Jeremiah loved the word. He believed in it. He went to church every Sunday.
Yes,
every Sunday. Did. Jeremiah works hard. He went to school, played basketball, but he made sure he was in church every Sunday to have that word. And, I just believe, like, in life, everything happened for a reason. Like, we met for a reason. We all learned from each other. We're all still growing together, as a family. We might not be in the same city, but we still have that tight bond. And that's something that I really appreciate about Jeremiah, that, he still check on us, look out for us, care for us as much as we care for him.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is an amazing person, and I know for a fact everybody sees that. And I'm just happy to be a part of the of this process and this documentary, and we love him.
Yep, we love you, J Ward.
J Ward, J to the third. Alrighty. Michael's on the track.